Today's video, it's all about projects. Van life projects. But really, I'm gonna call them Bob projects. And if you ask me, only one of them needs to be done. The last project that he's gonna do today has me extremely worried. I'm not a big fan, and I think he's gonna be cutting into the van. So stay tuned. We'll see together if this actually pans out.
Our first project, and probably the simplest, is adding a USB port for the new auto leveling system that we put under our third row seat. So in our previous video, we showed you the new LevelMate Pro Plus that we installed in order to check the van to make sure that it's level while we are trying to find a spot to park. So what I need to do is reroute, oh my goodness, there's a couple cables in here, the USB power, which I temporaried up here. And I just simply need to add in an additional one and put it underneath the seat.
Okay, so this is your easy cosmetic project.
This one's fairly easy to do. I previously replaced these with ones that have USB-C connectors on them. So I'm just going to take this USB-A one and plug it into this little extender, which I added when I changed it out. That way I could add things, move things around a little easier. So this should be fairly easy to just push these in and we should be all set. And you can see the little blue lights, so we know it's powered.
Okay.
And since I don't want this little flap on here, because I'm going to put it inside this cabinet, I'm going to cut it off. So there's that. So this is the cable for the Level Pro Plus. Plug that in. We are good to go. Why do they use square screws on anything in here? Drives me crazy. And that project's done. Very simple.
That's it.
That's all we needed to do.
And now you don't have a wire. That was what you were solving.
No wires. I've got this nice little cover that I can maybe put on here. And look at that. And down here underneath, you can kind of see maybe way back in the corner over there. That's where the little plug is at. It just rests down in there. We'll keep everything all nice and tidy inside the cabinet. We're good to go. Project number 2. Something we actually have to fix. We have been having an ongoing alarm with the van telling us that our license plate light is out. You get your orange little light here on the dash. If you watch really carefully when it turns on, that you can actually see it says license plate out. So we need to head to the back of the van, change out the LED strip, and that is something that I actually installed with our Luminous equipment on the back of the van. Hopefully I didn't do anything wrong and we can simply just change out the LED. Or maybe we got some moisture in it. I don't really know, but we're gonna try and figure it out. So I am going to remove this little LED light and it connects into my little homemade wiring harness that I built for the Luminous stuff and see what we get. Oh. Now we gotta figure out what we're gonna do with this. That's butt spliced and heat shrink together, so that's going to be a little more difficult to get apart. Just trying to keep it watertight.
Is that a thing? Butt spliced and heat shrinked?
It is. I'm going to put this back together. Oh.
Why?
Well, so I'm just going to mount the bolts that hold the light down, and then I'm going to work on rewiring it once I get it all mounted. All right. Now, all I need to do is make this work. Well, not that way. I need to make that work.
Good luck. Why'd you cut it if you needed it to be back together?
Okay, so I cut it because this is what failed, and it's like, I don't know, not hardwired, but it's like in a sealed container. So there's no fixing this. So I just cut this off. Now, up here is where I made my wiring harness last year when we installed this. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna do it again. Like strip back a little bit of this wire here. Let's give this a try. All right, so now that I've made my little butt connector, I'm just gonna heat it up here quick. And hopefully it will, oh my goodness.
It's a little windy.
It's a little windy.
Is it working?
Yeah. So that one looks like it's in there nice and tight. I just need to wait for it to cool so it doesn't burn me.
So are people gonna think this is a smart idea or not a smart idea?
These are really nice connectors. So I'm thinking that everyone's gonna be like, man, Bob, you're just so smart. No one would ever have anything negative to say on the internet.
What? No, we're not gonna get one thumbs down or one bad comment.
No, everyone's gonna be like, oh man, such a good idea.
Okay, so you got it on there. Now you light it on fire.
Well, not light it, but you just
melt it
together.
Okay, I never knew that you would do this.
Shrink it on there.
Okay, so that's why you call it butt shrink? Is that what you called it?
No.
What did you call this? What are we doing?
Butt splice.
Oh, we butt spliced it.
And we shrinked it together.
We shrinked it and butt spliced it. I mean,
so,
should that be the title of our video?
Yeah.
A shrink and a butt splice?
Yeah. Yep, that sounds like a great one. I'm sure that'll sell a lot. All right.
Okay, how are we doing?
Good. So we have to do two things. Now we are ready to go and check to see if the alarm went away. Fingers crossed it did. And then we need to come back here and make sure it's actually lit up.
Okay. Oh, it worked! Yay! The light works?
The alarm is still on.
No!
It is.
Shoot.
Well, boy, you can hear the exhaust. I'm not sure what to think. From the factory, there are two light bulbs that are inside the housing for the license plate. And I just kind of unplugged those and then just used one of those connections to power this. I'm wondering if I have to use the second one as well? I don't know. Hit us up in the comments. If you have installed an luminous tire rack on your van, I'm curious, how did you wire the light? Because I'm still getting an alarm. So why is this lit and the alarm still on? That's the question. Our third and final project, the one I have been looking forward to the most, is to add these additional switches so that we can power down items in our van when we're not using them. So I want to be able to install these additional switches for some of the circuits that are behind our main disconnect. If you remember in a previous video, we were having some issues with our Balmore display, and we were worried that our alternator charger may not be working, and we didn't really have a way to measure the batteries. So by basically pulling that fuse and then putting it back in, it reset everything. So I'd like to add these switches so that we can take all of the circuits that are behind this, run them through a switch, and that way we can turn them on and off. And I have been doing some research. I think we may have a parasitic draw from some electrical device in the van. I haven't been able to figure it out yet, and this is just one more option for us to help troubleshoot that. Are you ready, Hillary, to cut a hole in the van?
No.
See these right here?
Mm-hmm.
These are the circuits I want to grab. All right, so ultimately these are the two circuits that I want to be able to grab and basically add the switches in. And it looks like there's plenty of room back here to do this. I'm going to start by figuring out which one each of these control. Okay, so this one is for the Balmore, which is restarting now.
Okay.
Good to know. And this one, it's a 1 amp fuse. Okay. I'm assuming it's going to be for the Truma, but I don't know.
Can't see.
And it is.
Okay.
I'm actually quite happy that that's what that's for. Okay.
So found two of them.
Found two. We're going to leave the third open. Ow. Open for now. So I think what I'm going to do is disconnect them from here. Pull these off. And I'm trying to think. I hope these are the right size. So these are actually a little bit big. Anyway, we're going to use them. I took the fuses off of this side of the lug and I replaced it with these wires. So then what we're going to do is put new ends on here, these little red ends, and then we'll run them through the switches. Got it? Clear as mud?
Clear as mud.
Cut this side off. Then we strip this side. Twist. Put an end cap on. So just as a test, this on. And then we would attach our new wire, make sure it's off. Okay. So, what you should see, that's off. Hey, oh. Look at that. It's like it was meant to be there. Ow, except my butt hurts from sitting on that metal rail. And the third, this one, we're gonna save that for a special project in the future.
Oh, geez.
More to come on that one for sure.
Where are we deciding to cut the wall open?
I'm thinking that, like, theoretically, this should all be able to go back inside there. But I'm thinking we should put them, like, right there with the switches kind of pointing that way.
Okay.
Like, does that make sense to you? Like, that right there?
Sure.
Okay. All right, now we'll go ahead and secure this down. Okay. Turn this on. Voila, everything works. And maybe even open it just so that when we're drilling, we don't hit the drawer.
You know, it's the little things.
It's the little things that matter. Okay, so as long as we are above this line here, because that's where the bracket is. So if we aligned this right there, we should be good.
I literally am not going to deal with shoulds. You better be good. I want 100%. If you have to drill more than one hole, I will be so upset.
Let me get a pencil, sketch where this is going to be with a pencil. Then I can take some measurements where that drawer is out and then where it will be here and make sure I won't hit anything.
Okay, deal.
So I marked everything with a pencil. So now I have a little stencil where we're going to make all of our mistakes. I mean,
should have burned this place down when I had a chance.
So the bottom one is 17 inches. And look, 17 inches. So I'm like mid drawer height, which is perfect. Here's the depth, right? So you can kind of see that is just 1 5/8 inches. And I've got 3 inches of room for the wire to basically bend down and not hit anything. So we're good. You're making me nervous.
No mistakes are allowed.
If I just cut a nice little hole, see that hole is the same size as this, which gives me plenty of room to get this. It just gives me my center line. Okay. All right, here we go.
You're gonna break it, Bob.
I'm not gonna break it. I'm hitting something. I am. There's a staple.
Oh, you had me so worried.
Believe it or not, there's a cross member that runs right here, and there's a staple that was basically just hitting the back of this. So it's preventing it from going any farther. It's just hitting metal. That's a nice hole.
Let me see. Now you have to do it 3 more times or 2 more times.
Oh, that's gonna be so perfect.
Is it? You promise?
Like, look, okay. You got that lined up right there. Oh, that's so perfect. So perfect. I missed the board.
What?
Perfect. No, it's perfect. Perfect. I missed the board. I didn't hit it.
Okay.
So now I just need to reach in there and fish those little parts through.
Okay.
I have to fish. These two cables. Okay. That would be on, that would be off, okay? Push these on. Push the last one on. Seriously?
Wow. It was like it was meant to be, Bob. I'm proud of you. High five.
I'm proud of me too.
Good job.
Should see here. So that will turn off the ball more, and then we can use that to reset it when we're having our issues with it.
Okay.
And then this turns off the Trumia,
Oh, okay.
so that we can then ensure that we're not like, I don't know, that we have any kind of crazy voltage issues going on.
It looks good.
Yeah, it's because I did it.
Are we done?
Now I just need to clean up my mess. So to wrap things up, the first thing that we fixed today was we added the additional USB connector so that we can kind of fix our aesthetics problem, as Hillary put it, with our Level ProMate Plus and basically hiding that inside the third seat cabinet. So now the wire is all hidden. Everything looks amazing. We sort of fixed our problem with the license plate light. We actually changed out the fixture and everything seems to be working. We are still getting an alarm on the dash. I'm wondering if it's because there's maybe 2 light bulbs and one of them isn't being used, but I don't know why we didn't have that problem when we first put it in. So I'm a little perplexed. And then third, and most importantly, we added these switches so that we can power off the devices that are like always on, even when our 12-volt system is off. So hopefully this will reduce some power consumption, and hopefully, you know, any of the voltage problems that we've been having hopefully will go away. The other option is we do have one switch available that, you know, if we ever decided to add in like an automatic dump valve for our gray water tank, we could certainly do that as well. So we'll see if we end up doing that or not, but we've got some options there with that third switch. But if you guys have ideas about something else that we should put on that switch, let me know, because we've got it and I would love another little project.
You do love your projects.
I do. They're super fun and they make things nice.
Okay. Well,
But now I got to clean up this mess. All right. Until next time. Bye, guys.